What's up, Bravehearts? Welcome back to the channel. So every day we're sent God-ordained opportunities and blessings disguised as problems and challenges. And we all have our unique ways of navigating these situations. And there's usually some kind of subliminal message being sent to you through these situations and these problems that we face every day that bypass your conscious awareness, but still influences your subconscious mind and, unbeknownst to you, your thoughts and behaviors. Every day on the news, you're reminded of how horrible human beings can be to each other. At work, you may be reminded, most likely by your boss, how valuable or replaceable you are. You look in the mirror and you see that zit or those freckles or that uneven skin tone, and you judge yourself based on that. Or you compare yourself to your friends and family and where they're at compared to you in life. Or your past experiences of failure, rejection, trauma that creep up on you at random times during the day, and your brain trying to remind you to play it safe or why you shouldn't take any risk. But what have you learned from these thoughts and experiences? Are you just trying to get through it or outgrow it? And realizing that the world just is, but you don't have to just be. You can change your life and personify the change you want to see in your life and the world around you. You're not a machine, a phone, or an app with a defect or a glitch waiting to be fixed. Because unlike those things, your imperfections are your superpower. And what attracts people, abundance, life experience, and growth into your life. And that's with deep self-reflection, choosing to get better, and avoiding situations and people that don't necessarily align with your journey and your take in life. So you have to choose to want to actively seek out how I can change my life and get better and the difficulties that it'll take to achieve those things. And you have to be careful with what you consume, the people you give your time to, and how you use your time ultimately too. And the floodgates of opportunities will open, and how you use your time and becoming comfortable in uncomfortable situations will become apparent to you. And you'll see this whole new thing and perspective of life, and the wisdom and the experience that you carry will resonate with you in other aspects of your life. You just have to be open to risk and being comfortable in uncomfortable situations and pushing yourself to new levels and accepting that you're not perfect, but you're ready to face anything that comes your way. Because in life, there's only winning and learning. There's no such thing as losing. Because there's always something to take away from every experience, every circumstance, and every tribulation that comes your way in life that you come across. And you have to not dwell on them, because as the saying goes, where focus goes, energy flows. And don't resent or hate yourself for what you're going through or what you've been through. You have to see it as a necessary roadblock to break down to get to where you want to get to, as a stepping stone so you can grow and flourish. And into that new you that's always been staring at you right back in the mirror saying, you finally figured it out. Welcome to the beginning of the rest of your life. And you'll no longer just go through situations in life. You'll outgrow them and grow through them. There's no challenge too big for you to take on, regardless of the circumstances or the outcomes, because usually it's only the first time that's the hardest in anything you do in life. And instead of running from difficulty, you actually want to pursue and look for difficulty so you can challenge yourself. But that first time, whether you get the results you want, will always be the hardest. But just don't let it demotivate you or bring you down from attempting again and trying and pushing yourself. Because you have to be able to take opinions from others and also receive them. You have to be able to judge yourself fairly and understand that it takes time to get better. You're not going to be great from day one. You're going to have to practice, and sometimes we don't always have the necessary experience and resources to get things done right the first time. And there are some examples of things that we can try to embrace and get better at, such as when we have conversations with people opposing views and try to be open minded about how they think and why they think that way and what your views are. Or other challenges, such as maybe going to school, applying for college, registering for that first class, and giving that presentation in front of the room and getting butterflies in your stomach and feeling scared, or dealing with the end of a relationship or a friendship, or the loss of a job, or some kind of health disability that keeps you stagnant for a while, but just don't let it stop you. And ultimately, you have to allow yourself and immerse yourself in your experiences in life and understand that that's where you gain the perspective and the wisdom to not just affect or modify the course of your life for the better, and understanding that you're not alone in your battles. There's so many people in your circumstances and your situation, maybe not specifically what you're going through, but similarly. And there's communities for that you can delve into and get inspiration from, and that can motivate you to keep going forward. And you'll not just gain confidence, but you'll gain an awareness, not just to move past it and become stronger because of it, but grow through it. And change is inevitable, but growth is optional. The world keeps spinning on its axis, and society will keep going, everything will keep moving on, but it's up to you to grow and change. And you have to be able to last long enough to outgrow the old you to get to the new you. There's a Chinese proverb that states, "Be not afraid of growing slowly. Be afraid only of standing still." And that's basically, just taking chances and not staying complacent or stagnant where you're at and feeling lost and hopeless, like there's no way out, because there is. You just have to give it time. You have to give it patience. You have to give it dedication, work ethic, and just give it your all, and you'll see the results you want to get. And also just thinking about gaining an awareness of who you are and what you want, and what you must do, not what you want to do, because that's half the battle. You have to focus on getting your mind, body, and spirit better 1% at a time. Because if you try to overnight be 100% trying to change everything, you're going to burn out, and eventually you're going to quit. Or maybe not even just get started. And all growth starts at the end of your comfort zone. And I remember, for example, this is a short little rant, I was working 16 hours a day from like 3 p.m. to 7 a.m., 4 to 5 days a week. I remember in my last video, I mentioned that. And I used to work out consistently when I was a little bit younger, because I'm still young. But I used to work out consistently, and, when I started school and I had to pay for supplies and, make sure I had money on the side to eat and, tuition bills, things like that, prior to me getting any scholarships and, just providing for my family. I felt myself, well, I also saw myself gaining weight, feeling a little bit more sluggish. And I kind of just got sick and tired of that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to wake up at like 1 p.m. One day I just decided to do that, not think about it twice, brush my teeth, had some water, ate a banana, just worked out for an hour. I did that twice that week. And then comes the next week, and I did that 3 more times. And I consistently worked out for the next 3 to 6 months, actually 3 times a week, while having that schedule. So time management definitely plays a big part into, along with how bad you want it, to make the changes. So for that specific change, when I saw the energy levels get up, I saw the way my appearance going back to how I used to be, and it was just amazing. It was breathtaking. It felt so good. And I surpassed my own boundaries that I set on myself, because, working 16-hour days, who's going to think you can still have energy to work out and still, try to spend time with your family above all that and do other extracurricular activities that you want to do. And, you know, I thought to myself, you know, especially when you hear that saying, I don't have time. But when you really want to do something, when you really like something, when you're really motivated enough and you're tired of just being complacent in the same place, if you don't have time, you'll make time. And that's what I did. Because through the pain and adversity is where the growth is. So thank you for watching. Hope you liked the video. And as always, morph up. Thank you.